Hello everyone and welcome to Until the End of Time. My name is Veronica and today I am doing something a little bit different. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, today, as you have probably picked up pretty quickly, this is not Arkham. As is in the title, we are lost in time and space and I am doing something a little bit different. Now, I am kind of improvising and flying by the seat of my pants, so if you'll excuse me, I need to quickly post on Reddit and also in the various Discord servers that I am going live. But otherwise, I'll be right with you. Let's see, Flare, stream sounds good. And also on Discord. Yeah, I'm running a little bit later than I would have liked. I wanted to get a nice little image for why is this not working. I guess it's still cached. For the stream, but I needed to get through NSG and I was being a little bit slow, but I want to really thank NSG for being so kind of to provide me some images. All right, so if you're new here or if you're watching, please say hi in the chat. I want to make sure everything's working properly. I hope my audio is good. Please let me know if you can hear me, see the NSG page. And with that, let me talk about what I'm going to be doing today. Let me just check that everything checks out on my phone. Description. Okay, well that looks good. All right. I'm just gonna hope it works, and if not, we'll do it live. Hey, so what is it? Well, Netrunner, as I hope some of you are at least aware, Netrunner is a card game. It was originally made by FFG, and you might be wondering, isn't it that game that got shut down and it doesn't exist anymore? Well, plot twist, it totally still exists, and it's being continued by Null Signal Games. You might have also heard of them as Project Nisei. They did a name change recently, so they're now called Null Signal Games, but they are the community organization that is continuing Netrunner. They are non-profit. They have made a couple new sets, and a new set released just the other day, this last Friday, and I figured why not do a little bit of a live stream to celebrate. Now, I know a lot of you are probably Arkham players. If you're subscribed to my channel, odds are. And you might have be wondering, hey, why are you not doing any Arkham content? You haven't done any Arkham content recently, which is entirely fair. The reason is pretty simple. I just haven't had time. I talked about my internship, I think, a few times in the Scarlet Key preview season. As it turns out, as I expected, that's been taking up a lot of my time and energy. So I haven't had the time to really get into the Scarlet Keys campaign yet, and I don't really want to do a lot of content when I'm not up to date on the new set. And so I figured this is a nice little one-off, easy to do, and I'm hoping that come maybe the spring, I'll be able to do a bunch more Arkham content again. I see a couple people are now watching. If you're watching me, could you please say hi in the chat? I want to just check that I'm audible and everything works and there are people actually watching. I'm not just screaming into the void because, you know. Can you hear me? Anyway, what we're doing today, so there's a couple of kind of things that I wanted to do. I definitely just want to jam on Jinteki.net for a bit. If you're not familiar, this is not going to be a how to play Netrunner stream. As much as I would like to do that at some point, I think that's just, hey, thank you, a bit too much for like a video right now, because I think that's a project that would really need some effort. So I'm just going to be playing Startup, which is the smaller format, and I'm going to be playing on Jinteki.net, which is the easy way to play online against strangers. Now, I have a couple of startup decks already. They're all bad, so I would like to have a little bit of chat input as to maybe what I should be playing. I know that there's probably a couple of decks that people want to see, so I'll see if I can make that happen. There are, I think, two ground rules, or not necessarily ground rules, but the two cards I want to avoid, which are World Tree and Super Deep Borehole, because I think those two cards are specifically not working in Jinteki.net right now. If you res Super Deep Borehole, you just win the game on the spot, and World Tree, I think, has issues with like the interaction and the timing. So we're not playing with those cards because, and the World Tree really hurts me because I really love that card. I really want to try it, but it's just like, I don't think it's going to be very fun as a stream if the card just bricks all the time. But I do have this. Maybe we'll try it later in the stream if it's going very well. I think I just want to get started with just jamming a game, and we'll see how it goes from there. So let's go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Start a new lobby. Startup. Either side is fine. I have decks for both sides. And let's create a game. If you want to play against me, you totally can. Hop into the Jinteki game. Just please don't screen snipe. That would be super lame. But otherwise, you're welcome to play against me. And yeah, if you're in the chat right now, or if you're watching this back later, I'm very curious if you have seen all of the Parhelion cards. Which cards are you most excited about? What's the one card, or maybe the couple of cards that you would really like to see today? Because, kind of the impetus of this stream is like, oh, whatever, let's just play with Parhelion cards. And if there's cards that people really want to see, let me know. I'm happy to oblige. Just making sure that everything's still working. Looks good on my end. There is we have our first. Okay, we're gonna play runner. I only have a single runner deck right now that works. Oh, and we're playing against PE, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm playing Steve Cambridge. This is my cybernetics based deck. So I'm doing a lot with the new wake implants. Penweave also very good. Is this hand good? I think I want to mulligan this hand because I didn't really have good economy. Okay, so we have Penweave. Penweave is actually pretty good against Jinteki because they tend to be, or specifically PE, because they tend to be very poor. So if you can kind of capitalize on that. Steve in general, pretty nice against PE because you get to kind of ignore a little bit of their grindiness by getting your cards back. So I think here they've installed Kindred Credit. I think we want to run R&D, get some money. Okay, they got an enemy, and now we're going to mutual favor for our Sentry Breaker, and we're going to hit HQ. So the worst this could be is probably an enemy, because then we're just out of cards. I guess if this is a... Okay, oh, interesting. It's an Unsmiling Tsarneveva. You can pay, yeah. So this is an ability that we can... The Corp can pay to make us not be able to break the subroutines. But they didn't do that, so we're just going to break every sub. It's actually pretty taxing for 4 cost size. Dang. So we get to get back 1 card, and we get to draw a card from Jailbreak, so we're safe from Snare. I mean, they don't have money for Snare anyway. Hybrid Release. Ooh, okay, and we lost our Corroder. It's actually kind of a big deal. Because I did take on 2x Corroder. Okay, Dila in the chat. Your favorite card so far is World Tree. Standard where you can woo it out when you want. Yeah, so I'm not a big standard player. Just gonna say that. Like, I find it kind of overwhelming, but I think the new set is good enough that I kind of want to try standard, and that's definitely one of the cards that makes me go, standard is cool. All right, so we've installed our Penweave, and now we're gonna just hit HQ and get money and get recursion, which is both very good. Kind of make the corp poor, make us rich, is the plan. I mean, obviously, if you want to make the corp poor, we should probably hit that regolith, which is the problem. Well, we have the money to break, so let's go. I don't know if that was a correct play. Might have been wrong. Maybe I should just have some money. Earthka Cipher, well, we're trashing that. And we'll just click for 2 credits. I feel like against PE, at least without the some of the Ashes cards. I think the game plan should just be to kind of slowly take away their options, because I think long game we just win. All right, so now we have Penny Shaver, which is very important. Every time we make a run, we get credits on this, and this is kind of what the impetus or the goal of the deck is, to make lots of value on runs, and then we can just pay out. All right, so I think next turn we just have to click for credits, unfortunately. Although we could check the remote. They have 17 credits, it's kind of scary. I think we check this remote. Okay, it's a spin doctor, that's fine. A bit unfortunate, but I think we just have to click for credits. I'm curious what the server 1 remote is, but because I haven't done anything with it, it's either a Blood in the Water, or it's a trap, or it's another spin doctor. I appear to be lagging slightly. Hello? No, okay, so I've appeared to have lagged out from JNet. Give me a second. Ah, there we go. And we're back in. Excellent. All right. So I think right now my goal is to get Red Team down. So Red Team costs 5 to play, pretty expensive upfront, but then you get 12 credits that you can use during runs, so we can immediately run Archives and then run HQ, and then kind of just pressure. Okay, so they've put a second ice on HQ, which is making this a lot harder. Oh, but there's the sure gamble, so that's a lot better. That was a misplay. I didn't realize I was on my last click. Shouldn't have played that last click, because now I've given them incentive to ice up Archives and shut down 5 credits worth of my economy, which is pretty nasty. It looks like they're busy with their hybrid release though. Okay. We lost a card, that's fine. Oh, it's probably... Hold on. Close prompts. There we go. Yeah, sorry, that prompt doesn't auto-close. It probably should. Okay, so we run Archives. We get a little bit of money. I think we check... I think we do try to run HQ and see what happens. This could go poorly if it's a code... it's another sentry. Sure. We'll break the tithe. So it's kind of interesting how without Bagalter in the meta, suddenly tithe becomes a lot of a better card. It's cost you 2 to break with Garmin, which I think is the most efficient, other than what's the card that lets you the revolver. Okay, access anemone. I'm curious since there were 4, but I think we're just going to slowly... Okay, Waken Plant's a big deal here. I think we want to install our Waken Plant. We might want to make sure that we get the mutual favor for the Corroder, because we don't have another barrier breaker option. But also I'm not that worried about... What's happening over there? No, let's just go. All right. So Awaken Plant, this is a big part of the deck's win condition. Basically, every time we make a successful run on HQ, it's every time, it's not even first time each turn. You get a counter. Yeah, just making sure my opponent does in fact get the credit. I'm deciding not to break because I think at this point I've decided I'm just going to let them have the money. And instead I'm going to Waken Plant them into the dirt. Choose 2 cards. Yes, we will get these 2 cards. Okay, my doses. So we know they don't have anything useful in hand. No, we will not run HQ. I mean, we could run HQ. Actually, we should run HQ here. So our Marcus HQ, So every time we run HQ, we get a counter on the Awaken plant, and then sorry, I should finish my thoughts. And then they can turn into R&D multi-accesses. And basically, my idea here is going to be build up counters off of HQ, and then get lots of money from Beneficiary. Oh, actually, I just realized the card in server 1 could be a Reaper function, in which case we are blocked. So, okay. We lose a card from Off-World Office. And a card from... Oh, okay, so they have a House of Knives. That's real bad. Alright. I think we're just gonna draw up a bit. And get some money. Okay, so it turns out they installed 2 agendas there with Mitose. But because of the fact that they've scored a bunch of 1-pointers, they're still only on 4 points, so we're not really in danger of getting scored out on. The main thing that I'm thinking here is I should get the Hyperbaric down before I run, because I don't want to get it sniped out of hands with House of Knives. So I'm going to do that. I don't think I have to install any of these cards, and I'd rather use them as full like hit points against House of Knives. Alright, make a successful run on Archives. I'm going to contest the remote here, kind of just see what they do. Okay, here's the Anemone. We're going to break that. And do we access here? It could be an Earth Cipher, in which case we are dead. Yeah, let's go for it. Oh. I'm not entirely sure what my opponent is doing. Ah, okay. Wanted the Reaper French kill. I can respect that. GG, well played. Reaper function is terrifying. So, real quick for people who haven't seen Reaper function, it's a new asset, it's a hostile. When your turn begins, you may trash it to do 2 net damage. So, this is scary in a deck where you don't want to check everything because it could be an Earth Cipher, but if you don't check it, it could be a Reaper function. So it's really cool. I think it was a really neat game. I think it was closer than it might have looked. The thing with PE is it can feel very bad when you lose, but sure. But I think playing properly against PE is a skill you have to learn. That's my YouTube link. That's not the link I want. But I don't think... Basically, I know that PE gets a bad rap because people don't like playing against it, but it's actually like fun. Way... Oh, sorry, I made a startup. Sorry. Sorry, this is standard. Needs to be always great. Oh, now I'm lagging out. That's fun. JNet Blurs. JNet's Blurs. This is the downside of having a very popular game. Is it crashes sometimes. Yeah, I forgot to set it to startup. There we go. Because I want to make tool it up and do it again. There we go. All right, and GLHF. So this is Thule Subsea or Thule. I haven't quite figured out how to pronounce it. My deck is a kind of tag-based deck running Funhouse. Also, this was definitely a mulligan. Why did I keep this? Okay, that's not too bad. Put this over R&D. Put this in the remotes. Leaving HQ open. They of course they grab HQ. They've only got like a 2 in 5 chance to steal here. It's fine. It's a regular mining license. It's nothing to... Okay, they dressed the Nico. This is pretty bad. This deck doesn't have a great economy. So So losing 2 economy cards this early, kinda rough. Fortunately, we're getting really lucky on these single accesses. Fortunately, we really need to draw. Okay, that's great. On HQ. I think we can afford to install. I think we just take a credit here. So the goal of this deck is to drag a runner through the subsea or to the funhouse with like a managram behind it and an agenda. So they have to spend 2 credits and a click or take a core damage from the tool ability. They have to spend credits and clicks to clear the tag, and they have to spend credits and clicks to like to get through the managram. And so basically, you have to spend a lot of credits and a lot of clicks, or you're going to be very, very, very dead. With the goal being to get this ontological dependency. The deck hasn't worked yet, I should point out. The remote that I can set up does work. I can get a remote going that lets you set up kind of a crazy... Okay, so do I res here? Oh, it's a last click. Yeah, I do. Well, the problem is if I res here, it's an Ansel. So it's pretty expensive for them to get through, but if they make a successful run, which they are going to be able to, they do get the click back, and so they can run the regolith and shut it down. If they do that, we're in trouble. It looks like they just... Okay. So we can gain 1, res here, and then get our money back. Yeah. Like, resing the Ansel there is a risky business. Tunnel Vision is a great icebreaker. It's really powerful. But you need to... So I need to kind of tax their money out, and they're going to shit down my economy. So rude. Although on the other hand, I'm kind of glad to see the pinhole trading goddess early. This deck relies on defensive upgrades, so don't mind if I do. Alright, let's shuffle that back, and let's shuffle that back. Let's just jam in the remote. Let's see what they do. So Sprint, this deck I think now has Spin Doctors. Originally it didn't have Spin Doctors. It was on the other 1 influence MBN cards that gives you cards and credits. What's that called again? Predictive Planogram. But I just felt I need to be able to shuffle my agenda down a bit more. Alright, so we get the score and agenda here. Always fun when you get to pull a fast one. So off-world office, get some money, get 2 points, make the runner feel a little bit less safe, always nice. And so the point of getting the runner's tags is we can hypoxia them. So hopefully we can set up like Ansel into a funhouse, into a luminal, and then if they want to get through it, they have to take the tags from the funhouse, and you know, yada yada yada. They also notably don't have an icebreaker that that actually doesn't work. Sec testing. If you already got sec testing, then you don't get info bounty. Yeah, so this is one of those things. Jinzaki.net's not entirely properly thing yet, but the thing with info bounty is it specifically checks the first time. Sure can. Is the first time each turn you run on your mark ends, you gain 2 credits if you breach that server, and security testing is the first time you make a successful run on the server. Instead of breaching, you gain 2, so they don't. Not only do they not combo, it's also if you sec testing, it shuts off info bounty because you can't get it at that point. All right, so we're gonna jam in the remote. They can get in here because they just put it on a revolver, so they have a way to get through the server. But if they do, they're going to have to... Okay. Oh, inside job coming down. That's interesting. All right. So, res the funhouse. Now this gets interesting. So they don't have a code gate breaker. So they either have to pay for or take another tag. choose to pay 4. They hit the agenda with exactly enough to steal without having to take a core damage. But then if they pay the click and the 2, we can hypoxia them. Yep, so... damned if you do, damned if you don't. Oh, sorry. They had a free lunch. Yeah. Alright, so they used the no free lunch to clear the deck. Well, let's jam in the remote. So Hypoxia, 1 cost operation, play only the runner stacked, do a core damage, get -1 clicks for that turn. Or for the next turn. So they get fewer clicks, and they get a core damage. So we get the score out under their noses. We are very broke now. We have 2 credits left, so hopefully we can gem this Nico campaign in the remote. If they hit archives here, or rather if they hit HQ here, it could get nasty. We could res the wave, but I feel like it doesn't really do anything. Oh no, they got the Nico campaign. There goes our economy. No, we still don't res. We don't need more eyes, we have eyes. Yeah, so Wave Code Gate gives us a little bit of money and can notably tutor for more eyes, but we don't need eyes right now. I think we just do this. Turn off the honeypot a little bit. So they've been using sec testing and all this stuff to run archives for cheaply. So Tithe, well, it doesn't stop them from getting cheap. I mean, the thing is their only breaker right now is a revolver. So they don't really want to spend revolver counters breaking Tithe. They can't use tunnel vision because it's not a run in their mark. And so hopefully this shuts off the honeypot a bit, as it were. And it doesn't cost us that much because we get the credit back. Okay. Run on R&D incoming here. Revolver is very strong. Oh, am I getting deep dived on? I think I'm getting deep dived on. The fun thing is, deep dive, not nearly as good against Thule. Also, did they just whiff? Hedge Fund, Wave, Hypoxia, Archive Memory, Spin Doctor, Nico Campaign, Brawn, Archive Memory. Wow, that's a whiff. Okay, Echo on HQ? Click for 2 credits. I really don't want to be... Okay, that's way better. Yeah, so the main problem I'm having with this deck right now is economy. I've been puzzling out how to make it work, because I think the ice is actually pretty nice. It's situated well. It's not fantastic, but it gets the job done. I think the problem is mostly figuring out a way to keep the economy going, because if they trash your Nico campaigns and stuff, you're just out of the game. Okay. They've been drawing a bunch of cards. And they discard down the hand size. Alright. Get money. Put another... Do I need to put ice on? I think I put ice on HQ here. And then I just click for credits. Like, it's tempting for me to jam this in the remote, but we actually have no way to score it right now because we don't have a seamless launch. So I need to get that seamless back first. And at this point, I think I made their life just difficult enough to make this game interesting. Okay, going for the R&D run. And check the gun at it. All right. And now they can make archive runs useful again by using guess credits. But, okay, interesting. Stick that on server 3. Just put those back in thing. Get the credits. All right, so I think we're in a position here where we want to just kind of slow down. If they aggressively attack the remote, that's good for us. If they slow down and try to hit HQ, it's pretty reasonable. Because the sneaker campaign is just going to give us a little bit of money. I don't think we want a second remote for the regolith, so I'm kind of wondering how we play that one. Echo, a piece of ice not from the new set, but from the set Midnight Sun. It's a pretty innocuous little piece of ice. It's a harmonic, 0 cost, or sorry, 0 strength, 2 cost. But every time you hit a harmonic, your res harmonic, it gets an extra end the run subroutine. And so with the waves, it's pretty nice to get. This already has 2 subroutines, and because they're on Corroder and not on Cleaver, they actually, you know, have to struggle a bit. All right. I think we just go horizontal a little bit here. And we put this on the remote. Basically, our plan here, if they go to check everything, it doesn't really do anything. We can spin doctor some cards back. If they hit the regolith, whatever. Okay, yeah, we're gonna shuffle back a spin doctor and a seamless launch. Well, there goes the regolith. So Managarm, big deal here. I think our plan has to be install the Managarm in the server 3 remote and then start scoring this ontological dependence. Keep in mind, this card is now a 3-2 because they've taken a core damage. So we're good to get, you know, a lot of value here. So we're saying with their breaker setup right now, they really can't get in like anywhere easily. I guess they can get into Archive, but that doesn't really do anything for them. Okay. Start of the turn. Ooh. That's a nice combo. Yeah, we're just gonna stick those in server 3 and gain a credit. So the one risky thing here is because we put both the upgrades in server 3, that might be hinting at the fact that we have an agenda in HQ. I don't know if it really does, but if they roll HQ here, they're probably going to check it. Yeah, and they did roll HQ. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ran HQ this turn. And they might hit the ontological. If they have... Oh, right. Okay, so there's the Docklands Pass. This is a problem. Okay. Chickle, we're in danger. Alright, so Corroder. And then the question is, do you break the wave? They don't, so we get 2 credits back. That's very nice of them. See 2 cards and they hit the ontological immediately. So... Alright, now this gets tougher. Because they're on 4 points, we're on 4 points. They get the loom. Alright, they hit it out of hands. Alright. Well, what's good once is good twice. Let's go. I think I advance here because I have enough money to res this. And I think what I really want to happen here is for them to run it. Try to run it. Okay, so they run the spin doctor first, we res, we fire. There's honestly an argument to be made here that you don't even fire the spin doctor. Just make him pay 2 to trash it, because there's not really anything in archives that matters. But I think shuffling back 2 non-agenda cards is worth something here. Oh, that's real rough. Okay, now we're in trouble. Please don't hit R&D again. Ah, parts. Okay. So they use Reprise, which is a new card, to return the agenda that we put in the remote back to our hand. And now they're going to hit HQ again, and now they probably win the game on this. That's pretty clever. They got 2 accesses. They need to miss both of them or they win the game. Skunkworks Office. Yep, GG. Well played. Yep, so we did what we could there, but that was a very excellent disassembly. Hitting off of R&D there is pretty nice. I don't know how many... There's not a lot of agendas back there, so maybe a little bit unlucky, but that's how the game works. Alright, see you around. Time for more games. Or do we want to deck build a little bit? Chat, what do you want? I need to open up so I can actually see chat. Well, there's people here, so... Do we deck build or do we jam more games? Been going for like 40 minutes, 35 minutes. Let me check Discord real quick, see if anybody's reacting. Can I do polls on this? I can. All right, please answer the poll in the chat. Because just and in case you're interested, so which decks do I have up? I think so. I have the bio deck that uses the wall tree, which isn't implemented, so that's a bit of an issue. I've got this Tule deck. I've got the Steve deck. I've yoinked this NEH deck that I would like to retune because I think it doesn't really work. It's like all over the place. It's got like 4 different. So the plan is to do kind of a mutual shield destruction and the line orbital superiority kill, but it's only got 1 in the line, 1 mutual shield destruction, and a shipment from Vladismirsk. It's like, I don't think this works. And then I've been trying to make Jinteki work, but I haven't gotten the numbers right yet, because 14 ice feels like not enough for a Nanocivic grid. Okay, looks like the vote for more games, so I'm gonna jam another game. I'll go do that Nanocivic grid deck. I think that's a fun one to try. Try to play some Jinteki and lose. Maybe I should be playing more murder cards, I don't know. Good luck, have fun. We are playing against Padma. Okay, this is a good hand. I really like this. We definitely want something on R&D against the captain. But okay, this hand just got a lot better as well. We can... Yeah, let me do the plays and then explain the plays. Okay, so Hansei Review, great in this deck, lets you put a card in archives and also get a bunch of money. And because we are playing RH, we get an extra credit. And then the Patomedes is 3 net damage, and protecting archives, it gets tougher. So that's exactly what we want. And the starter deck is the Nanocivic Grid, which when the runner approaches the server, you can flip a face-down piece of ice face-up to resolve a subroutine on that ice. And so using the Bathy, we can do a 3 net damage sub. Oh, Flux Capacitor on the Diviner. Alright. Looks like we are going to jam in the remote. They've been steadily building up a R&D pressure. Alright. Res the Diviner. Diviner has a single sub, so they're going to just Botulus this and get through it. They get a charge as well. Are there snares in this deck? If there are, they could have died. Okay. So the one problem here is that the agenda we jammed into the remote is Blunderwater. And that we can't score that if they have 5 cards in hand. So I'm going to put a little bit more ice over R&D, because I assume they're going to want to run R&D. And hopefully get their cards down a bit. Because this Hippocampic Mechanodrite makes it pretty hard to kill a runner. I'm not really looking to kill a runner, I'm just looking to jam agendas, but a bit rough. Alright, so they run R&D again as expected. We get to put another piece of ice into our archives to fuel our Nanocivic Grid. And we get to take a bunch of cards out of their hands, which is actually really good. Because what we want is for them to like install 3 cards or something. Stop your own cards, basically. Okay, they trash the Regolith, that's fine. We're saying next turn we can just score this hybrid release, which is probably what we do actually, and just put one of the pieces of ice that we trashed onto R&D. They have no way to instant speed install, so we don't have to worry about cloth here. And while I don't like installing Bethlehemus on the R&D, this really teaches them not to run without their Sentry Breaker installed against Jiteki. And I have to say, our H ability doing a lot of work here. We've trashed a single card for early in the game, and I think we've gotten our credit every single turn of the game so far. It's already been 5 credits. Bloop. Oh, I definitely need to play a Bloop deck today, right? Chat, do I need to play Bloop? Tell me that I have to play Bloop. Also today, lag out again. No, still there. Maybe my opponent's lagging out. Oh, you need to close the prompt. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, the hybrid release has a small bug where the runner doesn't get properly told that they've like it gives a prompt of like waiting for the corp to install a card, but that prompt doesn't go away when the corp's done. Well, runner is on 9 cards. This is a 9-2. Runner's on 7 cards. Now it's 6 cards. Now it's a 6-2. Still not good. Okay. I kind of hope that they stay focused on R&D because fart. I don't want them to run and trash my Regolith. Is the thing. It's the reason why. Because I need money. I also really hope they just run R&D and face smash into this with someone else because that would be very fun. So chat, do I need to build a Bloop deck? Let's do a poll for that. That sounds like a good poll. Okay, here comes the Maker's Eyes. Rest the Batominus. Fire subs. Fire subs. So that's 4 cards out of their hand. This is not meant to be a grinder deck, but if you're just gonna face check all my sentries, I guess I can make an exception for you. They are probably gonna score here though. Blood in the water. Okay. They're on 3 cards. Oh, and of course that's when we draw the Seamless. Yeah, I think we are gonna Seamless the Blood in the Water and score it. Just so we can jam something in the remote and kind of maybe make them force them to run it. Like, this feels like a deck that should be on both. I assume there's an Endurance in the picture somewhere. Did I trash an Endurance? Oh yeah, there's an Endurance in the trash. Maybe that's why. They have some issues with their cards being all trashed. Alright. Okay, well, they can get to the Bathy now. And there's the cat. Okay, well, that's exciting. Let's shuffle some money back in. I mean, we have potential to boot. We have potential to jam out here because we have 7 points, like 200 or 300 score area, 2 here, 2 here. So we don't need... Like, they can R&D lock us all they want. They're not going to win. The problem is, are they going to win faster than we can score out here is kind of the question. Oh, they got the boat down. Okay, sorry, I missed that. I kind of don't care. Maybe this is the time to put the nanocephalic grid on the R&D, though. Because they're out of money. The problem is I feel like I have to score here. Yeah, we're just scoring here. This could be a mistake, right? This could be the turn where they run us over next turn. Because they do get a lot of excesses here. But they don't have any money, that's the thing, right? They have 4 credits. So I guess they have a no free lunch. So they could make like, yeah, this could be rough. I don't know. I feel like if we don't negotiate with cyber terrorists, it's kind of my mindset, right? We don't do that. Oh wait, what's up? Yeah. Conduit used to be called Medium. Or, well, it didn't used to be called Medium. Medium used to be the original Conduit, and it was a heck of a thing. Those used to stack, too. That's just, like, messed up. Conduit's a little bit fairer. Maybe it's a little too fair. I know some people don't like it, but I personally think that it's good that this level of multi-access exists, but isn't easy to play. And I think it's the ability to run R&D without using Conduit is underrated, that it still charges up the Conduit. Like here, I would 100% into the depths, because you basically get to see the same number of cards. You just get to see, like, you make your into depth runs. You get to use all the modes on into depth because there's 3 eyes here. You get a charge from flux capacitor, so you get to basically supercharge your endurance, and then you get to run back in. Yeah, so this app says Conduit is what Medium should have been from the start, and yeah, I can see that. Like, I think Conduit is very playing it safe, which I think for a starter set or like the system gateway is probably the right way to go. I don't think they want to go too hard on that kind of power card, but I think it could be a little stronger. I know there are people who think, there are some things you could do to make it a little stronger. Notably, the fact that it uses virus counters does make it completely non-bow with charge, which is interesting. Okay, they got an off-roll off us, so they're on 4 points now. Your Waggles from GLC. Hi, Waggles. I think the... oh, this is an interesting one. Alright, so what do we do here? I think we res the anemone, and then... Do you just trash the off-roll offers here? I think you trash the off-roll offers. I think you have to. Oh, yeah, anemone with Botalus and Flux on it. I should totally trash that. You're completely right. I completely forgot I get to just do that. So we're trashing the off-roll here, so they can't actually get it. I don't think they're going to be running archives. So, and then next turn we can just simulation reset. Fortunately, I did get the grid, so I think... But they probably don't trash it, right? Because they don't have any money. It's a 3 cost... Oh, they do. Okay. I guess if you have both, you don't care about how much money you have. I think... Yeah, I think we actually trash probably Anemone and the Diviner. It's not an Anemone, it's a Diviner with the 2 things. It's the same difference, right? It's a piece of ice with 1 super team, it doesn't do anything. We trash that. We trash the Anemone. Because the Anemone doesn't do anything but tax a single boat counter. The Baton is kind of the same, I guess, but... Maybe trashing boat counters is fine here. I'm just worried about our money if we're going to put an Ansel in there.
Oh yeah, it's the best. Waggle saying that they've never thought about using um, and then we need to discard agenda.hq during HQ run. It's the best. You can just mess with people so bad. So we're gonna use this. We're gonna trash both the cards from HQ. We're going to shuffle back, because we do have to shuffle this agenda back in, I think it's kind of critical. And we're gonna shuffle back one of these seamless lunches. Alright, I really like this hand now. Basically, HQ feels wide open, but it's also completely inaccessible. Why is this face up? Oh well. Oh right, that's the one we just crashed. Okay, so we have a single face down piece of ice right now in there, so this nanny grid doesn't do that much. But our remote or RD is a lot harder to get into now. They don't get the free counter from flux capacitor. We trashed the botch less. Okay, they got a new flux capacitor on our Dominus. But they are gonna have to deal with Ensel. I love Ensel up with that. I think it's a really well designed card. Morning. Hey, Ythigrin! Good morning. Oh, interesting. Yeah, not every piece of ice is just an SD gear check. Okay. So they spent 2 boat counters on a click to get through this. Yeah, it is like afternoon for me. They have to break this somehow. Oh wait, they can break it with Atman. Right. Okay, so I think next turn is actually Purge, possibly. Depends a little bit on what happens, on what we draw and what happens here. Because I think... Yeah, Ensel's real chunky. It's also possible they just win here, which is a bit scary. No, okay, I think we have to purge here. Because if they do that again, we lose the game. It's 5-6. I think... I'm trying to think what the line here is for, like, playing out of this. Like, oh, you don't want to do that. All right. Yeah, we rested the Bathy. Yeah, okay. Goal here, I feel, should just be taxing as many boat counters as possible and stopping them from getting back into R&D for a bit. Does render us real broke. Okay, they're gonna check HQ. Yeah, I guess I can check HQ for 1, but HQ is empty. The worst thing that can happen is they can hit the Regolith. But they get the Anemone instead. Tempted to discard this Bathy for this, but it's a little tricky. Like, they can run R&D. Yeah, Ansel's a very interesting piece of ice. I think the reason I like Ansel so much is that it is a very nasty piece of ice, but it also actually doesn't do anything if the runner just wants to get through it for their entire turn. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, do we just click for credits here, or do we put something in the remote? I think we do put something in the remote, see if they check it. Notably, they can't... With their current board state, they can't actually get in here. Because if we res, we can blank the endurance, and then have to... Well, I guess they can get in here, but they don't get to... they have to run twice. The problem is not taxing the one resource that we care about, which is the boat counters. On the other hand, if we actually force them to tax the boat counters, that might even be better for us than the Regolith. Okay. Oh, this is actually great. Oh, but we'd have to trash a card. Yeah, sure, I would like to get free credits. You cannot use boats to get in here. Which means they lose 2 credits plus the 3 credits they would have gained from Dirty Laundry. And this probably means they're going to run it again, if I had to guess. Which means they waste 2 boat counters. Yep. I don't think Havron is a incredibly powerful piece of ice, but it is doing something really good. In the right spot. And yeah, I like Regolith too. It's like the card that makes Jinteki have money. Interesting they choose not to trash the grid. Have we've seen 1 simulation reset, right? Am I on 2 or 3 simulation resets? I think I'm on think I want to. Okay. So I think our game plan right now has to be jam something in the remote as often as possible, force them to check it, run out of boat count. Like, if they just start running R&D aggressively, they're going to win before we do. Every time. And importantly, see, this is what I was talking about with them winning before we do. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Okay. We do have a little bit of counterplay here. But it's not great. It's not looking great for us, team. I think I'm going to go this entire screen without winning a single game. It's going to be fun. Okay, so red, the spinny. Unfortunately, those are two non-agenda cards, which I really would have liked to be in R&D. Put the seamless back in, I guess. Yeah, GG. GG, well played. Well... Okay. Yeah, this is a cool one. Cool deck too. Time to go into the deck builder. We should build a bloop deck. Okay, so we're gonna build a bloop deck. Are we gonna build our bloop deck? It's universal. We must bloop. The question really is, what is our deck going to be? I'm sticking to startup. We're not playing Architecture tomorrow because we're not playing Bioroids. So we're either doing PD or Thule, or I guess we could splash it. It's like not even impossible to splash, which I like. But I'm not quite sure which Ampere bloop seems like a terrible idea. Chat, do you have a preference? I kind of want to just do Thule because my current Thule deck doesn't really work, so... Yeah, let's just do that. I'm just going to copy my existing Thule deck and just bloop it up. I made this deck before bloop was previewed, so that's why it doesn't have bloop in it already. Alright, so my current deck is on basically all agendas, 2-pointers, and then the goal it was to Anoetic plus Managarm, and then Funhouse the runner, and then use those to hypoxia people, and that just wasn't working. So if we are going to bloop people... Probably don't need to die, and we need way more harmonics. So we're already in 3x wave. Let's go 3x echo as well, and I really want to run that new card. What's the new one called? Pulse. Yeah, Pulse is also fantastic. Also another piece of Yakuza art. So big shout out to Yakuza for being awesome in general, and also making the bloop art, and for being like willing to share the art for the stream, which is actually really cool. I think we get away with 2 pulses. I kind of want a 3rd echo. We just lose the Hakarl. I think we also lose the 2nd Brawn. And then we put in 2 bloop. I think 2 bloop is the right amount of bloop. And then we put in 1 Ansel. We take out these one houses. How's that look, chat? Is that too low? Is that not enough ice? It's like 12 pieces of ice. That's not enough ice. Need more ice. Maybe some Eli's? Eli sounds good. An Eli, and we'll see what else we're doing, because I think this plan wasn't really working. So I think I want to build with a little bit more. So I want to put that new agenda in here. Never enough bloop. You're right. We'll put an extra bloop in here. 3 bloop. So I want to put this in here, and 1 fewer of those. And then I think I want to put Jupstad Grid in here and try that. Which is not going to help with the economy issues. We don't want predictive planograms, we just want spin doctors then. Oh, we also have 15 influence now, so we're going to have to figure out what to do with our influence. But let's go down to 1. We don't need hypoxia. Do we still want seamless launch? We still have Fortus in the deck. And we go down to 2 of those. We don't need sprints if we're on spin doctors. We don't need subliminal messaging if we're not on Anoetic. We have 12 influence, and we should probably use that influence for something. But what? What is the card that this deck wants? I have no idea what's in the new set. Actually, we can just open the new set, right? That's the beauty of being on chain or on the internet. Yeah, sure. And then I would like to be, what's the side? The just splash a couple of reaper functions. I could do my namesake. I kind of want to try a end of the line deck. I know people. I know Andrew from Metropole Grid built an end of the line deck in standard. Because like you can play 2 end of the lines, and then you can do the new is it distributed tracing? Actually, we can do 3 end of the line, and then Hendrik. Yeah, so we have 4 influence left, so we could even do a 3rd end of the line. I kind of want to try this deck. I think this is nasty, which is actually really what I want. I don't know if we have enough money, is the main problem. What do we got? I think we've got a Nico campaign. Don't know if we'll have enough. Like, I think we're just gonna be tooled up, blow. Chat, if you see anything that you're like, wait, you should do this differently, then just shout in chat, okay? I've got chat open on my other monitor, I can totally see you. Let me just... Oh, wait, no, I should make my own game. What money can influence what? That's the thing, I don't think there's, like, good economy cards that are out of faction. I guess, like, because, like, non-equivalent exchange isn't a good economy card. The only card that I can think of would be... government subsidy, but I don't know if we'll be rich enough to even play that. Silly subsidy. I think the plan is just going to be that if you run against us, you die. So don't run against us. Alright, so time to bloop it up. Bloop it up and do it again. Okay, I've been live for about an hour now. My hope is to go about 2 hours at most. Maybe an hour and a half, depends a little bit on how I'm feeling. I had a busy day yesterday, so I probably am not going super long. But I just wanted to, you know, have some fun, show my face around in the Netrunner community. I know that there's a lot of wonderful people doing consistent content creation for this, and I would just like to be, you know, part of that community. Let's see. Well, this seems like a good opening hand. We don't have a bloop, but we have a way to find our bloop. Which is probably more important. Oh, well, we have a bloop now. Excellent. So we're going to put this on R&D, this on HQ, and then we're just going to click for credits. I think we put the bloop on the remote. That's an interesting art. So the question is, do you put bloop on the remote when the runner can walk right through it until we have one of our harmonics rest? I think we do this. I think we just bait the run. Because if it looks like they're not running that aggressively right now. Oh, well, never mind. But costing the runner 4 credits for a Gypside Grid is not a bad trade here. We just have to wait for them to run a central server so we can actually res our ice. Wave on archive seems fine. Gain 2 credits. Because we can't really put anything in the remotes behind the bloop. Okay, excellent. Res the echo. End the run. Now we can start jamming behind bloop. I think we put the luminol in here. And we have a distributed tracing and an end of the line. Do we have enough money for that? We have 6 credits. I think you just put it in server 1 and then you click for 2 credits, because then if you res the bloop, and it's worth saying, bloop is not a bio right. You cannot click through the bloop. We just let them run into R&D here, that's no problem. Actually, wait, sorry, can I take that back? I forgot that they don't have icebreakers installed. So we actually just get the search for free here. Probably just a pulse. Because we just get 2 credits, right? So we get the res close. The reason I didn't res is because I was like, well, we don't have the money for doing the distributed tracing and the line after we res the bloop. Fortunately, they checked the bloop. They don't have any programs installed, so we don't get any trashes, which is a shame, but we do get to just straight up do a core damage. And then they steal the luminal. Do we have game here? Like, do we have lethal here? No, because they have Stone Ship Chart Room. So we play distributed tracing. Yeah. We ask for action, and they trash the Stone Ship here, and then I think we just... Okay, yeah, so we don't get a kill here with end of the line. So the question is, what do we do? Because if we play the end of the line, we're just broke, which is as much fun as that would be, it's not good. And so we could trash one of the resources, but I don't think it does anything. I think we just do this to force them to clear the tag and slow down. Like, yeah, it's just people are playing. Next to no free lunch. Okay, so the kill plan is kind of off to a bad start, but they have already taken a core damage from our bloop. So I think our... Uh-oh. We're up against a World 3 deck. Okay. We get 2 credits here. We really like that. Yeah, we really need some money. Oh, all right. Now that they have the World 3 installed, they can't really check server 1 easily. So I'm gonna be a bit bold. Oh, but we're not... We're credit short on... Aren't we? We're basically hoping that they keep checking archives, because every time they do, we gain 2 credits. Uh-oh, there's a flux capacitor down. What are they doing? Oh, they're probably putting the flux capacitor so that they can world tree it for something else. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, they've got a mimic. But they have no way to boost the strength? Ah, there's the turbine, but that's going to be a turn too late. Alright, excellent. So here we res, Jupstat, and then advance 3 times, because this is now a 4-2, or this is now 3-2 because they took a core damage, and now it's a 2-2. The next one's going to be a 2-2. You're up to 2 core damage against Tule. Get blooped on. We are blooping, people. Blooping is happening. Bloops may be occurring. And we're not even broke because our opponent keeps giving us money with what I consider to be one of the best pieces of ice in the entire game. Or not entire game, but in like the startup format. Wave is like criminally underrated. It's high enough strength that it's really irritating to try to keep going through it, but it's like quite a bit of money. Like even with just 2 harmonic ice, this is double a what's the card called? Pop-up window. Okay. And we've rest our echo again, up to 3 counters already. In case we need to second blue bit. All right. So I think the plan here, if we draw another ontological dependence, we can jam it on server 1 and have a laugh. Oh, right. This card is also brutal. Yeah, we're just jammed this into server 1. Yeah, it's like a pop-up. It's like a pop-up that also isn't card neutral. Like, that's the big thing. This card will always give you back another card, which is like the wild thing, right? Do I need to rest this? No. So... Oh, wait, they don't access. Okay. They get a cleaver. Right, so they can get into R&D. use tech testing. Yeah. Mistake. Yeah, okay. They're coming in. It's actually kind of annoying. It would have been the Hendrix brother would have been worse if they, and because they're just gonna lose one click now. But we have tempoed them a little bit. Paying 2 to make the runner lose a click is like, whatever. I guess it would have been better if we actually put the agenda in there as well. Because then they couldn't have stolen it without taking a core. But I'm just worried about giving the runner 2 points for nothing, because like that, you don't get to do that very often before it starts becoming a problem. In the remotes, in front of the remotes, gain a credits. Near Arfhelp. Bulls. They're checking what the rest cost is. Checking the rest cost. Yeah. So yeah, we're putting on our wave here. If they want to run it, it's fine. We get our money back. Okay, they're check testing HQ. It's interesting. Oh, because they have a wave or they have a wake implement. So we're not gonna res here. We're just gonna give him the 1 counter, let him bounce. Husband Tool been serving me poorly, but I think that's my problem, not Tool's problem. I think the main thing is just that there's a lot of cool new cards, and I haven't quite figured out how to make them work yet. And so I'm really... All right. Oh, right, this is a 2/2. I should probably keep that in hand then. I've not touched any corp IDs except Unpair. I haven't gotten... So one of the first cards that I really wanted to build for was Istowak. And I have an Istowak deck laying around somewhere, but I haven't figured out the ice suite for it yet, and that's I think the big problem that I'm that I'm like struggling with right now is ice is so bad right now. Like I get it, but holy dang. I also like that they just like major whiffed on R&D because the agendas are all in archives and in my hand. So let's make this a little harder. So I know I could have scored the dependence there, but I don't think it does anything for us. I think we want to... Rather, I think the hedge fund there does a way more. What is Fenris Arkham? You say right? I assume that's because ice sucks. That's the comment you're making. Ice is just... It's not that ice is unplayable right now. Obviously, I think it's just in a weird spot where I'm so used to startup ice or to Ashes ice that I'm kind of struggling to get to figure out what I should do with my current ice suite, and especially in Jinteki, because Nanotech Grid is fantastic, but it's also like it requires you to play way more ice, but it requires you to run very specific piece of ice, and then I want to run Anemone because it's a great card, but Anemone and is another 3 centuries you're playing, and it's just like complicated. They still don't have a Koge Breaker, so we're still getting money off of our... Wait, this one got us 3 credits. Okay, now they have a Koge Breaker. Alright. Do we have a Jupstud grid left? No, because we only have 2 Jupstud grids in the deck. I think we just score points here, right? Get pointed on. They're also notably on only... Okay, so they do have... The problem is they have a no free lunch and a stone ship dark room, so I think killing them here is basically going to be impossible. Blow is loose, blow is alive. I think the only way we can kill them is if they fire their no free lunch early. Like they just use it for credits or they turn it into another card with their world tree. Because otherwise I think it's impossible to get a kill. But that's okay because we have 4 points already, and we have 2 ones in the deck. It's dice for per one. Yeah. I think it's fine if the runners can get through my ice. Okay. Repulse. Lose a click, please. Speaking of ice that loses the turbine, it doesn't even need the turbine. We don't need to. I don't think we res a wave at this point. Maybe we should because it costs another credit with Cleaver. But they're running last click. If they. Oh, so you think we're just saying that there's a optimization point? Oh, nice. So we get another core damage. That we could have put the agenda in our new remote server instead of putting it on the existing remote server. Okay, so that's the no free lunch gone, but that's also, I think, our tagging capacity gone. So that the, sorry, trying to play the game and talking about the game at the same time is a little difficult. The Sanger is saying, super tiny optimization, score that political depends on new remote to the card in the remote server could still be an asset or agenda. This is true. The reason why I did that is, and that's probably just a me thing, is I was worried about clots. And I think at this point, I think I don't have to worry about clot anymore, which is weird. But I haven't quite figured that part out with my brain yet. Like, I'm still trying to avoid clot where possible. Okay, they got another no free lunch. Actually, so I'm like I was doing that because of the fear of clot, but I think you're probably right that I don't have to do that. Okay. Now we're in a bit of. I was gonna say now we're in a bit of trouble, but our savior has arrived. I don't even know how good it is here, but screw it. You're going. Enjoy breaking my bloop. I think there is no. Yeah, there is. Because they're FMC and clot rotated. Why? Okay, that helps. Yeah, you can't fast pull a clot anymore. Which I'm still, like, that's the thing that I'm gonna have to get used to. Okay, did they name it with HQ again? Okay, yeah, so we're fine. Because they're paying 1 and a click to check HQ here. Which, obviously, it is turning into multi-access, which is scary, but... I wonder if we're gone here. So do I res spin doctor put 2? I think I do. I have to, right? Well, that would have been game. So let's see if this is better. Which cards do I put back here? I think I put back this. Well, no, they have the attack removal. I think I put back the dupe set grids. Well, GG. So close yet so far. Yeah. Bloop could not save us. Sad bloop noises. I think we were very close there. But, I mean, obviously we're on 4 points, but they're on 3 core damage. Mimic, eat bloop. Yeah. I just want you to eat core damage. Alright. Let's do one more bloop game. Anyone from the chat want to play against me? Yeah, the running deck is kind of slow, but it's fine. Yeah, Boomerang and Bravado are wild. Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I don't even think that, like, Boomerang is a big one, I think. I mean, we have both in Botulus still. But we don't have... Losing Boomerang makes it a little bit weird, but I don't think it's, like, as big a deal as maybe if Boat and Botulus didn't exist. Bravado, very aggressive economy card, very powerful. But on the other hand, it's like, there are things. Yeah, I'm really letting the bloop down here. I don't know. It feels bad, man. Yeah, join us for bloop. Do we have a bloop emoji on GLC yet? Not yet. Get on it, mods. Ooh, Ayla. That's fun. I think economy was a big challenge for that game. Kind of wondering if there's anything we could do this game to change. Ayla, I'm expecting to be on World 3. I think that's the main reason to be on this ID right now. This is a fine hand. It's not the best. Yeah, well, so Fenris is saying, I would play, but I have no faith in my Nova deck. You've noticed that I've won 0 games today, right? Like, I'm literally 0 for 4 now, 0 for 5. Like, so for starters, your odds are pretty good, and if not, then you have at least made it so that the stream hasn't been all losses. So, you'll just say that it was for a good cause. Alright, so let's take some money. I hope they don't run into this. Like, I'm kind of hoping that against Shaper, especially against Allies, that they're going to be spending a lot of their early clicks. Oh. What? Why? But it's Nova. Yep. I have startup decks for you. I have a startup deck for you, at least. This feels bad. We'll just credit here. Let me see if I can get you a startup deck real quick. The only deck I have is like my pretty boring Crim deck. That's okay. Here. Uh-oh. We are getting endurance done. I think this is the play here. Like, I know I can res Regolith and take 3 off of that, but I think I want them to not know which one is the upgrade and which one is the asset, because I would like them to face check into a Mr. Hendrix. That would be fun. So here I think we do this. I might check it up a bit. Yeah, sure. It's right, both. I don't have a problem with endurance. I think the cards definitely got some interesting... Oh, this is actually really fun. Okay, so we're about to get Mr. Hendrix up in here. We're probably also going to get them to... Oh, wait, actually... Yeah, so first of all, they're going to lose all their boat counters getting through this Ansel. Then we're going to put this Managarm out for them to pay another 5 to get through. They're definitely going to. We're going to pay 2, give him a core damage. And now they don't have any money anymore, and their head hurts. So you started all your appreciation for ice and charge mechanics. I agree with that to a degree. Rather, I think charge, I'm a lot more appreciative of charge, having seen all the cards with power counters in Parhelion compared to back when it was just the only good charge card is Endurance. I think Endurance is still a little bit too good, obviously, but I think you really want... I don't know. I don't design this game. I think it should start with saying that. But also, I feel that Endurance is in a weird spot where it's just really efficient and kind of boring, but it's not actually over the top powerful. I'm trying to think where I'm putting this Echo. I think I'm putting it over R&D because there's not actually any Enderman Ice there yet. Yeah, charge pre-Parhelion was just charge boats. Now there's a reason to charge things other than boats. If they want to spend their entire turn clicking through this Ansel and crashing my Nico, I am happy for them to do that. I feel like I win that game. Do I put an agenda down? I think I do put the agenda down, because if they run and get it, like, they just lose. We'd also go for shenanigans here. That's really fun. Let's not get too hasty. We'll just do it safe. You don't? What's the you don't? Sorry. I'm trying to focus on two things at the same time. I'm not that good at multifocusing. Okay, so they do run the thing. I'm hoping they just click through it. Yes, please click through it. No, click through. Oh, darn it. They don't fall for it. They don't fall for the bait. Alright. He was hoping for another core damage. Alrighty. Do we spinny here? I think we spinny here. That's a lot of agendas. Maybe we shouldn't have spinnied there. Oh no. Oh, that I don't design the game. Yeah, no. I also don't design Arkham Horror. Although, also there, I have a lot of respect for people designing Netrunner, because I think it is one of the hardest games to design that I've ever seen. This is kind of fucked up. Oh, sorry, pardon my language, but get jupes at it? Bye! Oof. And now they're on 2 core damage. We're just going to start scoring ontological dependencies out of this jupe slot. So they have to go and trash the jupe slot, or they're in big trouble. Oh, this got turned into a very spicy game. My worldview is being rocketed. I know. I am master of deceit. I mean, I am Trant, so therefore I must be working with Null Signal Games, right? Because Null Signal Game is just like, they are actually secretly the gay agenda. They're just an office of, like, if there was a gay agenda faction in Netrunner, then Null Signal Games would just be one of the ideas. Next, I'm going to say Bloop is real. Bloop is actually real. I looked it up. I had to look up on Wikipedia, but apparently that's a real thing. It's not actually a fish. It's ice falling in the water, but that somehow feels more appropriate for this set. Are they seriously gonna let it have another agenda? Wow. Okay, sucks to suck, I guess. I should actually ask for an option here, if they want to fire the stone ship, because they might want to draw 2 cards before I give them another core damage. They don't have another core damage. Ship to run into their core. Yes, as was the plan. They now have 3 core damage. Have fun. I have played this game. It's not very easy. It gets very difficult now. The best part is we have another ontological dependency, so if they don't run the chip stud grid, we just get to do it again. We get to score a 1-2. And not a 2-1, a 1-2. Yeah, we res the pulse here. They lose a click. If they score here, they take another... So we actually want them to hit an agenda here, because they take another core damage. They probably actually have to jack out, I think is the correct play here. Like, I think I would jack out here if I were them. Because I mean, they don't know how many agendas we have in hand. If they hit the ontological, that's a little bit disappointing. But if they hit the luminal, they now have 4 core damage. We can just literally... Oh, we can do them a 5th core damage just by installing this. I'm very glad that chat gets to be here for this. That feels rude. Don't worry, they're all gone now. At least they're gone now. All right. Okay. Well, we have no money, and they have no cards in hand. Who wins this game? I love this game. So good. Yeah. They basically can't run Last Click anymore or without any money. Yeah, this is also a tool I wanted to see. Like, this is definitely... This is the BS I want to play. Wait, are they running... Oh, I guess they have a Sentry Breaker. But they don't have the money, right? How are they getting through the Ansel? Are they just going to click through the Ansel? If this was an agenda, you'd be dead. You're just straight up dead. Oh, no, they have the money. Okay, but if this is an Ansel, you're dead. Oh, yeah. Six core damage. Game over. I don't have Keeling. That would be very funny. I guess they called the bluff that it wasn't an agenda. Oh, right. Yeah, right. But also, you know. Yeah, they're out as R&D. Or Centrals. We have to click for credits here, which is a little feel bad, but... Oh, distributed tracing for the win would be so much fun here. Oh, they have the no free lunch. That's the annoying thing. Okay, Propeller. They can get through the Echo. Alright, chat, what do we do here? I think I'm on ISOM on the remote. Because this is a pulse. They can get through the pulse, but they're gonna lose a click when they run here. They have both counters to get through the Ansel. I think we just have to, like, credit starve them. Just trying to do some quick math. Two for the install, 2 for that, 3 for the res. It's like super risky. I think I just get a credit. I know that's a coward's answer, but the thing is, I feel like we're in a situation where if we slow down and play carefully, we can still win. Whereas if we go, like, try to rush it, we probably lose. Okay, they see the distributed tracing, so they know they have to keep no free lunch. Okay, I think that does it, right? But do we have enough money is the question. We need 2 for the Managarm, we need 2 to res the Echo, and 2 to install the Echo, so that's 6. 7, 8, 9. No, we don't have enough money to score the Project for Trivia, so I think I'm gonna draw once, gain a credit, install Echo on server 2. Oh, they're gonna take out the Jupe Stout. That's interesting. I guess they have to take out the Jupe Stouts if they don't want to die to me scoring a 2-1. I think here I can go install, take a credit, because I have to have 5 here, 2 here, and then 3 credits left to score the Vitruvius. I think they can't beat this. And it seems they agree. They don't have multi-access. I think I just let them in. And if they do score, we have to consider. Right, no multi-access, so we don't have to worry about Because like if this was okay, here we go. So res the Echo. They can break this with boats, or they can break this with propeller. Oh yeah, they're not getting in. Yeah, we got them. We don't even have to res the Echo if we don't want to. I paid for blood. I think you paid for bloop, and you're not getting any bloop. Sorry. So they lost the click, so now they can no longer get into the Managarm. Or they can't get through the Managarm. And so I think they just lose. Right, because they can get through the, to the checkouts. Yep. GG. Work on the remotes. Excellent. Woo! We got a win. First win of the day, I think. Thank you for playing. Thanks for the game. Okay, so I want to do one more game. I think, looking at the time, I've been live for like an hour and a half, so let's do one more game. Is there somebody in chat right now who really wants to play against me? Please ping me, like ping until the end of time, so I can... Thank you. So I can know. And then I'll play against whoever, like basically first come from serve, but I don't think there's multiple people right now who are lining up to play. If there are, we'll have to... Maybe I can play everybody. Like, I don't have a lot of plans for the rest of the day. Yeah, I know we didn't have a core damage flatline. I know. I would have liked that too. If you play against me right now, I can try to core damage flatline you. You're down. Okay, excellent. For D-Law. Or, no. I'll just do a quick password protection. The password is just Arkham. It's just so randoms don't get it. Oh, okay. There are now two people. I'll play both of you once. How's that? I don't start up. Okay, well, I do start up, so unfortunately, startup only. D-Lock came first, so Parent Agent, if you're... it's French Argent, sorry. I missed around. Your 28 cards is actually allowed. I would be okay against playing against Jakuza Eternal decks. I'm assuming you're not looking at the chat or at the thing anymore. We have to mulligan this. Okay, this is a lot better. Yeah, okay, that seems... like, I don't want to... Like, I'm not going to accuse people of stream sniping, but I want to... I do have to... This is a hard game to play if your opponent knows everything that's in your hand. I think here we just do this. So basically, I think our game plan, early game, is going to revolve around getting the most money out of this Regolith that we can. We have two agendas in hand, so we don't want to... Yeah. I'm hitting my head against this Jank Nova I have. Excellent. I like that Jank. I've already lost against Jank Nova as well. It was actually a really cool match. So I am a fan of playing against Nova. If you want to play, definitely let me know. Okay, so we're playing against Sable. Sable is a powerful runner. I think kind of the de facto good word for the current meta. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I think they get the free R&D poke here, which is scary. But we just kind of have to hope that, the random distribution means that they're not very likely to see an agenda because we have two agendas in hand. And they're not getting through this insult. I mean, they could inside job, I guess, but are we going to inside job a Regolith with 9 credits on it? I hope not. The question here is, do you do better than Zaya? Right, so I think the question is Zaya versus Sable as the kind of de facto good runner. I think think Zaya is very strong, but lacks... Meh. I was gonna say she lacks a late game plan, but that's not true. She has a wake game plan now. I think you are probably right. I think Sable... I think if you're playing Criminal, you have a lot of good ideas. I actually had I started working on a kind of thesis on startup as a thing I was writing, but I haven't finished it yet. But basically, my thesis was that Criminal has 3 very good ideas, and then they have Steve. Steve is okay. Steve's definitely not the worst, but he's got the problem that his console's gone, and the best win con in faction right now, or the best 2 win cons are Wake Implant, which he doesn't necessarily synergize with more than Zaya or Steve do, and he can't do the deep dive as well as Sable because he's lost his console. So I think if you're playing Criminal, you're either on Sable and you're probably deep diving. I would at least, although I am seeing influence here spent on not deep dive cards, so I'm curious what that means. Or you're playing Zaya or Steve with a focus on the Wake Implant. Interesting. I assume this is taking out the skunk work. Yeah, okay. Good play there from Ams. Not that I expect anything else. So I'm doing something a little cheeky. I don't know if it's necessarily good. I actually think it's probably pretty bad. On the other hand, this deck having 1 billion credits would be very funny. So I'm going to be Eligard bifurcating the Regolith. So if they run they have to run the Ansel now, or we're going to get a lot of credits from this Regolith. So, Thunder's Argent in the chat, actually, Steve Ghost Tongue is something I want to try. That's actually a very good point that I hadn't considered. Yeah, Steve with Ghost Tongue Ghost Tongue in general is just, I think, a card that I haven't explored enough yet with Criminal. And I think both Steve and, again, Tema would be very good for Ghost Tonguing, which sounds weird and a little rude. So, optimally what we see here is a piece of ice. Okay, they're challenging the Ansel. Probably the right time to do that. Unfortunately, they have I think they have a pretty easy choice here. You spend 2 clicks to break the second and third subroutine, and you let the first one fire, because nothing on your current board state is actually worth spending a click to protect. Because like 3 credits off this red team or 3 credits off this no free lunch isn't that big of a deal. So the thing that I hit is obviously no free lunch because I want to tag people. But like, this is a reasonable play. Okay, so now we have a lot less money. Okay, that's really good. Right, put those in there. And get some credits. Alright. We're a little broke now again, but unfortunately we have the Ansel rest now, so we can play the game of how many times do you want to run through this Ansel. Interesting. I think they're just gonna quad click through. Okay. We do rest the Spin Doctor and then we don't fire it. If they want to trash it, that's fine by us. I'm okay losing 2 credits. Or with them losing 2 credits. Okay, so we have the most important card in our deck. Which is definitely going on the remote here. We do need another piece of... The problem is we can't rest this right now. I kind of feel like I have to wait for them to... Yeah. Kind of like spinning my wheels here a bit. Figuring out what exactly... Because they haven't put their breakers down right. That's the big thing. It's like, how can I... Because optimally... Okay, excellent. We get a pulse, for sure. So they've got a 1 of 5 here to score. If they do score, it's really bad, but otherwise, we're fine. Yeah, okay, they got a Yakko. Okay, now Bloop is live, so that's really nice for us. Bloop being only a 3-cost piece of ice is just, like, messed up good. I think we do rest the Eli. We just want to tax them a little bit, slow them down. That does put us kind of down the money hole, but I think we just spinny, and then... Because I know we can't score here, basically. So we're just trying to keep head above water. And now that we have a wave rest, we can bloop whenever they run here. They get too aggressive. Hashtag get blooped. I mean, optimally they install like a code gatebreaker and a fractor, and then they run into our bloop. But I don't think they're gonna do that. Let's res, put the spin doctor and the thing back in. Okay, we have some interesting plays here. Server 1, gain a credit, and we'll trash the Braun. So the trick here is that alarm. Yes. Yeah. So the trick here is that if they run it, get blooped. If they don't run it, we get to bifurcate off of the Jupiter grid, which does cost us most of our money, but also gives a core damage they can't stop, and then they still have to deal with the. I mean, maybe we grab credits first. I don't know. I assume this remote's getting challenged. Yeah. Get blooped on. You just got blooped. It's a shame that it's only programs, so we don't get any program trashes. But we also got that. We got the core damage we wanted. The core damage in art. Now the best thing here. Oh, they're gonna if they triple click through the thing, they're getting a second core damage. That's the thing. I think they probably should check out. She should check out. Sorry, I should use proper pronouns. If the people have pronouns, we should use them. Oh, sorry, I need to hit encounter. Sorry. All right, so she's going to... Do you click through here? Because, like, it's terrifying, right? Okay, I just get a treasure console? Okay, well, you know. I won't pay 2 to make you lose a crit. Anguish. Right. Both are low credits. They've taken a core. She's taken a core. I think we're off in a really good spot. We got to bloop somebody. And we get the henchman. That was a great top deck. Holy dang. That's exactly what we need to get back in this game. Alright, so now... What do we do from here? I think we want to put the pulse on server 1. We kind of want to get our second jupe stat, or we want to get this jupe stat back somehow. And then we just want to... I mean, that's maybe a plan, right? Just put the Perturbius in the remote. Because, like... It depends a little bit on how this turn goes. But if they don't have a good showing this turn, I think you just put the Perturbius in the remote, advance. Because they can't... She can't get through the bloop without taking a core damage. And if she's willing to take a core damage to... Okay, this is interesting. I think we res here. And we find the other bloop. Right, we can bloop more. You saw me build this deck. I put 2 bloops in. Bloop. Okay, we get free money. Appreciate it. Oh, she wanna keep 2 credits to when she steals the bifurcation, she can pay the tax. Good call. I was like, why didn't you break? But yeah, she needs the extra credits to avoid taking a core damage, which is good spot on the... Okay. So I think here we slam bloop over HQ in the remote advance, because next turn we can advance, score, get the jupe stat back, or rather get a Vitruvius counter, because this is basically unchallengeable from this position, right? I don't think there's a card, unless I'm like super forgetting a card, that's that can actually challenge his position. Because I'm trying to think. Because you need a sorry, inside job I guess would be kind of rough here. But no, even if you inside job here, you don't have the money and the clicks to get to the end zone. You're taking core damage. So yeah, no, this is pretty safe. And I really want to get this dupe stop back. We did it once yet. We can do it again. Just such a powerful card. It's expensive. I think it's really good as a win con, but yeah. Okay. Turn. Do we slow roll? I think we slow roll this Vitruvius. I still think we're in a spot where it's very hard. I think the one... Oh, okay, so the sequence of plays here that gets rough is like Carpe Diem, install Carmen, overclock the remote, but even then I think you're like pushing it. I do think this was a risky play. I think there are some lines that ruin this play, but I think the ability to have the Monogarm and especially importantly have the Hatchment before we go low on credits again is very important. Because like we can't get out of economy holes very quickly. And getting the extra draw might matter because we might top deck the second dupe stat, in which case this gets bonkers because we can score the Vitruvius, get core damage right away, and then have the Vitruvius counter as well. So yeah. I think based on current play, I think we're fine. Gonna have to see, I suppose. Okay, info bounty, get some money. Yeah, seems fine. There's the Carmen, so we do now have to score because I think we just scored with a 2 counter Vitruvius. Like there's just some situations where these Vitruvius counters are worth their weight in gold, so I think it's gonna get fun. Their money, their denial, it's so good. Alright. Kind of sad that they hit Archive again, because I would have liked to be able to stop them from getting their info bounty. Because it's like they're low credit. She's on low credit. I really want to not to have money. You can't core me out if you may find this to be bold. I like it. All right. So second core damage has been taken, which means ontological dependence. Wait, isn't that just... Oh. Oh, honey, no. Oh, this is gonna get nasty. Over archives, get the dupe stat back, put the dupe stat in the remote, gain a credit. So Echo is a hard enter run right now because no barrier breakers. If we get to our turn, we can install advanced, res the dupe stat grid, and do another core damage. We are looking at a potential 4 core damage by the end of... Not next turn, the turn after that. We would be super broke at that point, but who cares about money when you have core damage? Carpe Diem. So the question is, do you res here? Let me just thinking real quick. Because resing here costs 3 credits, which puts us just below being able to... I think the core damage is more important. Yeah, we require additional core damage. We're just gonna not res. So for starters, we have a 50-50 on even just whiffing on the... Like, it's either it's 50-50 chance on hitting. Okay, that's a little annoying. A little disappointing. I guess I could have Vitruvius to get an extra card in hand, but I think that's not worth it. She's definitely not running Lost Click, because that's just a guaranteed core damage, basically. Also hilarious if we draw... Oh, wait, no, she has the no free lunch again, okay. Thinking we could maybe tag her, but no. Here, have a core damage. Yeah, core damage flatline. We are going for that core damage flatline. That is definitely our next goal. My favorite. We have no agendas in HQ. Her mark is HQ, so we're sitting nice and safe. I think I'm kind of tempted to do some Mr. Hendricks BS, but I don't know if that's the smart thing to do here. I think we just need money. I think first and foremost priority should be getting some cash. It's wild to me that we have these cards in our deck that don't, like 4 influence card that basically doesn't do anything, because our entire, like the threat of them existing, we probably could cut the end of the lines, or at least we could maybe cut down one of the end of the lines and have an even stronger deck if we put the influence in other places, though I don't even know what we would spend the influence on. Yeah. Yeah, so she sees end of the line pulse. It's impossible to land end of the line, I'm pretty sure. No free lunches just everywhere. But on 3 core damage, this game is going to get very rough very quickly. Alright. Corroder in play. Instead of coal, Santa hands out coal damage to people who have been naughty. Alright, let's see how this goes. Kind of want to bait runs on the remote server. And Nico Campaign is the perfect card for that kind of thing. It's one of the reasons why I love Nico Campaign so much. Just like, yeah, no, you're going to run my remote because I'm going to put stuff in there. If you run it, excellent. If you don't run it, I still get money. Yeah, it's an interesting situation with attack package. So the thing that I was trying to do with my first version of Thule was Funhouse, which was very much a kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't approach, where it's like you have to spend 2 credits and a click to get the agenda. You also need to spend 2 credits and a click basically to clear the tag, and then I've got a Managarm, which is like 5 credits or 2 clicks, and so the kind of idea was to grind them out that way. But the problem is, yeah, no free lunch problem, and also if runners have money, then they just stop you. Okay, so we're lagging a bit. Come on, Janet. There's no ambient tag storm in startup, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think... Well, I guess there's amazing mutants, but that's about it. There's like no other cards that give more than 1 tag. Let's rest the Managarm. I think this stops you from basically doing anything. Oh well. It's not what it looks like. Yeah. Like, please don't scoop. Yeah, so I think oh right, Matt exists. Right. Yeah, but that's not actually an ambient card. So yeah, we get to tax the runner here a lot. Yeah. So the funny thing is, it sounds like tagging is mostly dead in startup. It's way better now than it was before Parhelion, because there were no good tag punishment. So runners could literally just float all the tags and not care. Like, I don't want to res. Whatchamacallit. Graphics is not a good enough tag punishment card. But I think what I'm trying to say, sorry. I think there are tag punishment cards now, but people have also recognized that startup has a lot of tag punishment now, so a lot of people are putting no free lunches in their deck to stop getting brutally destroyed by tags. So it's an interesting position to be in. I think it's a lot more interesting than it was pre-Parhelion, because at least there's supposed, like, you need counterplay now. And I think there is actually probably either a Wayland or MBN deck that runs Public Trail into Endel Line as a combo. The problem is that you need a way to make that a reliable kill, because it's just 4 damage, and you can't Sea Sword Scorch anymore. So we'll have to see how it shakes out, really. I think it's in a much. I think the format's in a very interesting spot. Obviously, you know, it helps that it's just a fresh new format, and yeah, I mean, I think Amsterdam drew 4 cards over hand size. That's a rough. Red team, Penweave, Cat's Great Penny Shaver. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. Okay, so money and server 1. And let's put this out there as a little insurance policy. Yeah. So the problem here is we're on... So if we draw another ontological, we actually just win, which I guess I haven't been playing, which I should have probably been playing at. But I kind of want to do the core damage flatline. Sounds like a lot of fun. All right, quick archive run. Get to res. This is actually kind of nice that we get to res the Echo, because I wasn't looking forward to de-resing the wave with Bloop. Getting, or at least, you know, getting a little bit more Echo power is very good. Because right now, that's a fun thing. I think people are back on Corroder. I'm not quite sure why. I know I am as well, but like it's just like we put Corroders back in our deck, even though Cleaver I think is still just better. And especially if you're up against Echo, Cleaver is so much better than Corroder dealing with Echo. So we've got a Spin Doctor down here. We've got a Nico campaign in this remote with a Jigstad and a Metagarm. The question really becomes, what do we draw, basically, right? I think we're only on a single... Yeah, get looped. I think we're only on 2 copies of Bifurcation, so we can't draw another Bifurcation. We can draw another Ontological Dependence. We have a Vitruvius in hand. Yeah, I mean, so I come from a revised core. So, sorry, DTAP in the chat is saying, to think the Corroder was ever eclipsed at all. I come from revised core, and revised core notably excluded Corroder from the game, but then it got brought back in by Null Signal Games. I think it's fine. I don't think that... Wait, do I have another bloop in deck? I have 3 bloops in the deck. I mean, I have to find the bloop, right? I think that the existence of Corroder is fine as long as there are high-strength barriers, because it's good against dealing with cheap barriers, but very bad against the big ones. And we're on 4 core damage. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, and the problem kind of is that even with whatchamacallit, even with sorry, my brain is failing a bit. Even with Corroder out of the game, Paperclip was obvious obviously a good replacement, like the best replacement. So I don't think anybody was. Yeah, I don't think that ever actually showed up as like a thing. Because like with paperclip in the game, do you even care that? Um, that corroder is good. I think cleaver is info bounty bug. Oh right, yeah.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so real quick for people who are playing JNet, there's a bug with info bounty that as soon as you, I think it's as soon as you get your mark info bounty, it then also starts hitting, so you should lose one more, right? Okay. Yeah, so it then starts hitting all the time. So yeah, careful. Cleaver, yeah, I think Cleaver is a good design. Um, what did your hand be? Probably Sure Gamble. Um, we don't have any money. Like we can play the tracing here, but then you just clear the tag. The problem here is that we actually do risk losing on a single access. I think we draw. Okay. Bloop on R&D. Gain a credits. Check out the end lines. Maybe we're supposed to check out the Upvold office here? I don't know. We're like... I'm hoping that she's gonna have to be very careful about running. So something like click gain a credit, click play the gamble, draw a card maybe, or maybe draw first. Like... So tense. I don't know what to do here. Because like I'm potentially... she's on 5 points, right? We're both on 5 points. A Hail Mary run on HQ could be the game. A Hail Mary run on R&D could be the game as well. I have just enough money to res a bloop. Which at this point, you know, program trashes is pretty nasty. Like she needs more money before she can run through a bloop. Okay. Okay, now we get options. But are the options good enough? I think I can't keep this in my HQ. I have to get this on the table. I'm just worried. I'm gonna draw. Oh no, it's all going wrong. All right, we'll just have to go for it. Like if she can't stop it, then I win. But if she gets it, then she wins. And I haven't done the math. Like the math that I have done is, hey Seabass, you're a bit late. I'm probably this might be the last game or it might be the second to last game, but thank you for joining us all the same. So the only math that I've done is that I can res the polls and then still get the offload office. So and basically my logic being no math, only YOLO, yeah. Oh, well, she just draws through. And that's game. Darn. Yeah, it was a... Well, take another core damage. GG. Well played. Thank you for the game. Darn, just woke up. Well, I am... Let's see, how am I doing? I'm at 2 hours. I could do one game. Is there anyone in chat right now who still wants to play? I think Fenris Argent was talking about doing a a game real quick. This one ended up going a little long, but I guess with streaming, that's always a risk you have. That was very fun. I think I'm glad I found a deck that I like. Good games, Veronica. Thank you. We're gonna maybe get a deep dive in. That makes sense. Makes sense. Go. Bloop supremacy, yes. We got double bloop, and where did the third? Oh right, no, we got triple bloop. We have the line of bloops here. It's just bloops all over. I'm gonna scoot out for now. All right, that's bye. Thank you for tuning in. Oh yeah, and Fenris is still down, so let's do it. All right, I'll make a game for Fenris. Startup, right? Thank you, DZAP. I think this is going to be the last game for today. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. It's been super fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun. Thank you. Hey, there's a psychopath here. Yeah, I still didn't get the score flatline. It's so disappointing. But it's also, I think it's probably for the best that it's not easy to get a core flatline. Like, that should be difficult. This is going to be the last game for today. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. But I do think, for my own mental health and sanity, I should probably not go too long. I do still have to do some stuff today. So, GLHF. Let's see if we can get the core flatline. If we can get some bloop supremacy in here. All right, this is actually a pretty good opening hand. Not really perfect HQ or Central's Eyes, but we have some good... there's a buy in the chat. We're not done yet. We have one more game enough. I think we have to put this on HQ. So optimally, I would put the pulse on the remote to cost the runner a click when they're running in. But I think we just have to have some eyes on the centrals. And then we can do Ansel, Nico, credit next turn. And get some money. So this is Nova Initsuma, Catalyst, and Impetus. So this is the new neutral ID. Like the new Corp ID, it is limited to, each card is limited to once per deck. Ooh, Femme Fatale. Interesting. Spark Inspiration for Femme Fatale. Wow, that's a hit. And so every card is limited to one copy per deck, and you have 40 deck size and infinite influence. Netrunner EDH. I don't know how many people are playing. Are playing the new IDs. I know it's a format now. Listen, Fem is fantastic if you hit it with Spark of Inspiration. Now, I don't know how many other programs they're running. That's the big question, I think. But, alright. Yeah, we rest the Ansel here. I don't know what we're doing here. Like, Fem gets through this for 3 credits, but at least it is still 3 credits. And why don't you go ahead and lose your entire turn? Or take a core damage. Oh, they take the core damage! Okay. Bold. I like it. I mean, we're broke now, so like it's not that scary, but I really hope this is going to be the format in which Fem makes a reappearance. There are some cards in the format that benefit of having very expensive cards in your deck. Concerto and... what's the other one? Right, Spark of Inspiration. But I think it's difficult. Could you zoom in a bit more? Right, of course. Yes, I can. Totally. Sorry, I haven't been doing that because I was playing Asset Spam at some point. But yes, I can totally zoom in a bit more. Is this better? Okay, so we drew a Jupstat, which is great, except we have nowhere to put our Jupstat safely. So I think right now we're just going to try to bait a little bit, see how good our bait game is. Okay, so this is important. They have no free lunch, but that's their only no free lunch. So we already know if we can force them to use that, we can get them. Okay, so I think I'm going to res here. Okay, those are not necessarily the cards I was hoping to see. I think I'm going to put this in the server. And yeah, so this is a bit of a bluff. The thing is, we don't actually have the money to do Jupstat Grid's bifurcation. So the kind of assumption, the hope here is that they run heedlessly into there and have to lose cricks and credit. Well, specifically, if they don't have enough money, they don't get to avoid the Thule ducks. But we're gonna have to see what they do. Okay, run archive, sensible. Draw a card. Fenris Urgent, what do you do? Gain a credits. Ooh, roll tree coming down. All right. Oh no, we're flooding. We're flooding. Oh no. Oh, we're in a lot of trouble. All right. So I think what we have to do here is this. So we put an agenda in archives, but they've been pretty consistently security testing archives. So my hope is that they don't check it. Because they've already run archives. There's nothing to check there. It's no problem. Don't worry about it. Chat, don't tell anything. Okay? Don't tell them that there's agendas in archive. Okay, just making sure. Shh. Yeah, don't tell anybody. So I think here, if we top deck a hedge fund, this next turn gets to be pretty good. Because, oh no, did Fenris time out? What happened? Oh, okay. Because World 3 gets weird. You don't say. You don't say. So World 3. Let me pull up World 3 for it. It's actually in play, but yeah. So this is one of the coolest new cards from the set. It's actually kind of interesting. It was one of the last cards previewed, so we haven't had a lot of time to theory craft this one just yet. But it's a 6-cost program with 2 MU, which actually, I should say what it does first. So it's a deep net, which is I think a new trait subtype. And the first time each turn you make a successful run, you may trash one of your other installed cards to search your stack for one card of the same type. Shuffle your stack after searching it. Install the card you found, paying 3 less. So you get the tutor for anything, and install it, and pay 3 less. And I think it really reminds me of Magnum Opus, which was this 5-cost 2 MU program that you could spend a click to gain 2 credits. In the way that they are both these kind of defining shaper cards that really help with an economy engine. Why did it have to be another agenda? Chat, what am I going to do? Do I just give them another core damage? I think I just give them another core damage because at least then I can ontological dependence out of hand. And we're just going to lose the end of the lines because they have the no free lunch. And, I mean, if they ever check HQ, we're just gone, right? Or maybe they're gone. I don't know. We got them down to 2 core damage at least, which is like... if they get frisky, and they get risky, we might be able to get them here. Because, like... honestly, credit, install the mana card doesn't feel terrible. Because I think we can force them to waste a lot of money. but I am flooding so bad here. And I've already used one of the spinnies, which is not great. Oh, liberated, that's fantastic. So here you see they're trashing, or he's using the World Tree to trash his Stone Ship Chart Room, which is just a zero-cost resource, to find a liberated account, which he installs for 3 less. And the fact that the World Tree doesn't care what the cost of the card you trashed was is kind of fascinating. Alright, we lost a Nico. Oh, but chat. We have a bloop. I mean, that doesn't solve our economy issue, but, you know, we have a bloop. Kind of hoping that this is the bait run. Right? Like, run archives, get some money, run through the Ansel, you can bypass with FAM, and then trash the Managar. Or, like, I can rest the Managar, cost a lot of money. Like, kind of that's the idea. Like, if I don't have any money, is me not having any money is less of a problem if they also don't have, if he also doesn't have any money. But I really need to draw some economy here and draw fewer agendas. Like, I know there's an economy on some of these agendas, but okay. Interesting. Do we res the monogram here? Yeah, I think we do. Because I think that just makes it so Fenris pays 8 to trash the Managarm. And we keep the Jupe stats. Or check out, in which case we get. Yeah. The fun of. The fun of new cards, right, chat? Alright, so security testing for an Earthrise, very nice. Oh, but then you don't have the money to get the skunk work. Right? Because it's 3 to trash. And Gypsat also for the trash, so alright. Not bad, not bad. Now I feel like we could just park an agenda in server 1, and I mean, I guess you could get enough money to get it, but I feel like this is actually a pretty good spot for us to be. Oh yes, it's a spin doctor. I think we draw again and we gain a credit. And we try the Vitruvius out. This is actually a pretty gnarly next turn. If we want to, we can do another core damage. Because they're already on 2. I think we just want to core him out of the game. Like, I think that just has to be the plan. Because I think the funny thing is, if we do install advance, do a core damage, then our next turn can be click for a credit, install advance, core damage. Because the last ontological will be, or that ontological will be reduced by 3. So we'll be on 5 points and have dealt 4 points of core damage. Now that's obviously relying on the fact that they don't check our servers, basically. Which, you know, we'll see how that goes. But, well, they're going for the Jupstat grid. I think that's pretty nice for us. Remove from the game, get the agendas back in R&D. Uh-oh. Hmm. Oh, no. The undo cloak doesn't seem to have... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now we're completely... Now we're... Okay. No, it looks like we're... Okay, now. Um... Wait, but you're not on the right number of clicks now, right? Okay, that seems to have fixed it. So first click was liberated for 4, and then run. Right, yeah, okay. So res, shuffle 2, bypass, Managarm, 2 clicks, breaching. Yeah, so they're just going to put the no free lunch back in after, because for some reason it's forcing you. Roll 3 should be a May, but it's for some reason forcing the no free the trash. So this is the easiest way to fix that. Okay, so Jupstat is gone, and Skunkworks is gone, so we don't get to have our fun, and we're also out of money. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! This hand is terrible. This hand doesn't do anything. I don't think we get to wait around against this runner. I think we just have to score out. Start scoring points. This was a lot more fun when there was still a Jupstat in play. End turn, trash, Mr. Hendricks, and the... I'm gonna trash the bloop, don't worry people. If I have the money for bloop, I will get the bloop back with the archive memories. But I have to trash some cards. It's not because I don't like bloop. I love bloop. We all love bloop. Bloop is love. Alright. Chat's a little quiet. You all still with me? Having fun? This game is tense. Like, even though it's only 3 points to 0 points, like, it feels like it's down to the wire. Well, not much I can do here. Honestly, this is an agenda. Just take it. Like, no, don't take my Necrolith. I need those. Wait, how do you have multi-access? Oh, probably another World 3 glitch, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's weird. World 3 messed up. That's also wrong, right? The timing here is wrong. It should have been before you accessed. Or before you breached, I suppose. But alright, money. Yeah, you get some free pokes here because I don't have any money. Two gore damage at least is doing some work. I think the play is get the Regolith back, click for 2 credits, trash the distributed tracing. Because like my entire kill package is in the bin now. If I want to get it back, I just have to find the spin doctors. And the spin doctors are also already gone. I don't think we're on recursion anymore. I think I just have to take money from regoliths. We could res here. Actually, should we res here? Hard to say. We get 1 credit back, but we don't get 2 credit back, and I think we really need to have 2 credits going into our turn. Because the Minor Lesson is such an important card right now. Okay, going in again, lost click. The hidden agenda, they have to steal it. Oh, there's the last spin doctor. Okay. Really wish those two had been reversed. Okay, we're back up to 6 credits. We can now rest some ice. We can make some money. We can also notably score ontological dependence out of hand, but I think, like, obviously scoring points wins you games, like, that's just the thing, but I feel like just scoring another 2 points doesn't do us anything here. I feel like we have to assemble a board state where Fenris cannot, or like, scoring the point does more than that. So I think the best case way to do that is to get another juke stat down, or to otherwise... yeah, we're just gonna get a bloop. Yeah. Paying 1 credit for what is potentially a pop-up window that also finds you a bloop is really good. Oh no, there goes the lost... Okay, so there goes the lost ontological dependence. That's really big here. Because if we'd drawn that, we could have won very easily. Just by scoring 2 of them. But that's out of the question now. So now I think we have to ice up R&D. Hope they don't run the regolith. Yeah, I think their best line here is to run the regolith. Going back in. Okay. If they hit another agenda, like the bifurcation, that would have been... Okay. Take money, put a bloop down on R&D, put a pulse on the remote. I know HQ is porous as heck right now, but I don't care. I'm kind of hoping that by making it seem like I don't care about protecting HQ, that he shouldn't check HQ. Oh, why you gotta do me like that? Tread lightlying. Fortunately, swing and a miss. It's the seamless. Oh no, endurance! Both police are here. Both is here. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, the boat is here. Prepare yourself. The one nice thing is he still can't get through the bloop. The downside is our remote is completely useless. Do we just score the ontological dependence to try to get our HQ less porous? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer has to be yes. I mean, I think we need money. I think we have to do this. Chat, why am I flooding so bad? Chat, help! Chat, make it stop. The flood is real. I am full, and I am drowning under a flood of agendas. Bloop. Bloop. All right. Yeah, I think the play here that I would make is run archives to power up endurance and use roll tree to fetch something. And then you can run through R&D, I think is the. But actually, let's pause and check the numbers on the agendas, right? Because there's 7 points in uh in score areas. There's 8 points in my hand, which is more than I'd like. So that means there's one more Elfguard bifurcation and two other agendas. How many points? Let me just open the deck builder real quick. We have 11 agendas. Right, we have 2 off-world offices, 3 Vitruviuses. So all 3 Vitruviuses, all 3. Right, so the only agenda left is another bifurcation and 2 off-world offices in R&D. So at this point, we have pretty confident that R&D running is not going to result in much because. Yeah. Yay. Okay. I would like to draw. What do I want to draw here? Well, I've actually keep both out. Bronze not bad here. We do have Ice and Archive. I think they just fire, yeah, okay. So we get a free res here, basically, which is very nice. They shouldn't score here. So I think this is the first. Oh, this is an ice that can maybe keep both out if we have enough money. So we're gonna have to trash the NSL, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think it's just like with the Fem, it's just not doing anything. Like it's cost them 3 credits. Maybe we just trash the wave. Like I want to put the Luminol. The thing is, I want to put the Luminol on the table because I think if we score Luminol, we have a good chance of. Oh, okay, that changes a lot. In the remote you go, and then I think. So the thing here is, I'm hoping they run that because we can like they don't have any boat counters. Oh, they don't have any boat counters at all. Sorry, chat. You should have been. I should have been paying more attention. There's no boat counters here. They're not getting. He's not getting in here. So I should have just put the luminol in there. Ah, that was stupid. Why didn't I just put the luminol in there? I mean, the problem is that continues to stay is you can run archives and get stuff with World Tree, and you have enough money that continues to be scary. But I think we're kind of just glaciering out of it. No boat all in. Yeah, I should have gone all in without the boats, but yeah. I wasn't thinking. Run archive, okay. Boat counter. Trash the Fem, very nice. Ansel now is a card again. Orca. Alright. How well does Orca deal with Bloop? Well, as it turns out, this Echo it deals with their current board state very well by saying, please stay out. Okay. So now they're just going to have to get a bunch of money so that they can afford to use Orca to charge their boats. It gets for the Bloop. I think is going to be a nasty setup once they got it going. So they could trash the no for lunch to get some money here, but they know that that's like... They know I have a kill package, or he should know, yeah. I wasn't thinking you're supposed to deal core damage to the runner, not yourself. Listen, it's been... I've been streaming for almost 3 hours, okay? Like, and I'm not used to streaming that runner, so yeah. I mean, I think the goal here is okay. Okay. Fish action, yes. I think we res the wave for a free pulse, or for a free draw rather, because we're probably getting that money back. In fact, we are. If they fire this, we gain 4 credits, which is just wild. Just think about it. We net 2 credits on this res. How exactly are they planning to get through this unsell? Do they have enough? Oh, right. Orca has any number of subunits. They do actually have enough to Orca the... Sorry, what? What? I don't think that's it. Sorry, did the Orca just... the Orc just killed the boat. That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, you clearly... Wow, okay. Alright. Fix it in post? Oh, okay. Okay, so we resed the wave and we got a pulse, right? What did we get? Yeah, pulse. Or I got too hungry, yeah. All right. So yeah, we basically. I'm very glad that I ended up doing this, because as it turns out, they were able to get in, or he is able to get in. And if this was an agenda, if this specifically was the liminal, we have a problem. I mean, we would have done another core damage, but I don't think. I think we being on game point would actually be really bad. So yeah, there's an extra power counter on the endurance. And now we actually just get to sit on the sneaker campaign while we score this ontological from hand, which is like a good use of our turn. And then we get to really pressure the runner, hopefully. I'm just wondering if Fenrir's disconnected. No, okay. That's not how that's supposed to... Well, if nothing else, then this is turning into a very interesting stream for JNet, for some JNet. That one's going in the in the G. Is it okay? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it looks like World 3 is giving some serious issues. Yeah, World 3 is a great card, but it seems to be a little buggy. It should be on 2 counters, right? It's the perfect counter, yeah. No, that's also not right. That's also wrong. What is happening? We've removed like the roll tree is not even installed anymore. This game is getting very yeah very very interesting. You need to put the boot. Set the power to. Okay, well, whatever. We're doing it live. Let's go ahead and rest this. I'll just install when I need it. Fair. All right. We have enough money that this isn't an important install, so we can go remote, advance, score. And now the game truly begins. All right. So we need to somehow get 2 points or 4 brain damage into this mix. Or we need to recur our end of the lines and our distributed tracings and kill, but that seems basically impossible. So is this gonna work? Or is it just gonna crash everything? Well, looks like that worked. Okay, but no charge. Should probably be a charge, right? Okay, nice. Another 4 free credits. This is good. We want this. We like this. There's no agenda. No, sorry. There's one agenda in the deck that we can score from hand because the ontologicals are gone. So the question really becomes: how do we get on this board state? How do we get 2 points to stick on the table for more than a turn? Because the endurance obviously. I don't have to tell everybody that the endurance is a good card that's causing some, some stress on this board state. I think if I jam in the remote. Ooh, interesting. Going for the face. All right. We get the Resipulse. Oh, we get the Resipulse that either that taxes on our 2 boat counters and or just ends the run. Both of which are pretty good for us. So the pulse, new piece of ice, biotic labor. There's no labor in the deck. So when you res it, the runner loses a click, and then they have to either end the run or lose a click. Oh wow, they hit the regolith. Lucky us. I think should have drawn first. Okay, yeah, I think this is our game plan. I think we jam a Luminal next turn. If we get another piece of ice, we also jam that on top of the remote. Basically, we are hoping that the... Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this game is over. Still no flatline. Do we jam the Luminal? Yeah, we jam the Luminal. And I think we put this over HQ, because I think our loss right now, in order to win off of R&D, there are 5 agendas, or sorry, there are 3 agendas, there's 5 agenda points in R&D, and they are 2 off-rolled offices and 1 bifurcation. They need to hit 2 of those, because they are on 4 points, so any of those is a win. But we know that there's 4 points in HQ, so we want to make sure they can't just hit HQ twice and win, or more relevantly, because it's Nova, you don't know what you can get, right? They could have a legwork randomly, or they could have something weird. Here, I think we just get to basically roll up on them. So the only way to get through this server without losing everything. Okay, yeah. Okay, they're just gonna end the run. All right. Yeah, there's basically no way through that server. All right. Just to style on them, we are gonna rest this. GG, well played. That was a very fun game. 3 shenanigans. Fun game. Hope 3 works. Very much. Yeah. This is a... I actually really like this deck. Thank you, chat, for helping me put it together. It turns out that just putting Bloop in your deck instantly makes you better, not just at Netrunner, but as a person. Just play Bloop. It is the correct way to play not just Netrunner, but the entire game of life. But also just that this is a really fun way to play. I think Gypstat Grid is actually... I was a little worried about it just being kind of a do-nothing, but it turns out that Gypstat Grid plus Ontological Dependence is kind of a game plan. Like, it's not a flawless game plan, but if you can guess that you're going to score 2 of these every game, it makes the rest of the game a lot more interesting. Yeah, that was cool. I'm going to wrap up the stream. So thank you for playing. Thanks everybody who tuned in. Thank you for everybody who watched. I had a lot of fun today. I would love to do this again sometime soon, but I am still on Arkham channel. I do want to have that out there. Like, this is not replacing Arkham for me, but just with how my life has been going recently, it's been a lot easier to focus on Netrunner than to focus on Arkham. Longer games have just been a bit difficult to get scheduling, and this is fun. Yeah, I just liked it, right? This is fun. Netrunner has a fantastic community, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to subscribe, if you had fun, please subscribe. I do want to do more Netrunner content. So if everybody subscribes in this video, I'll probably do more. Also leave comments saying that you want more Netrunner content. Arkham Netrunner. Yeah, I'm definitely also going to bully Andrew into doing a crossover. I would never bully anyone. That would be really rude of me. But I do think that might be very cool. So yeah, this sign-off is going a bit long and winded, but I do actually have places to be, unfortunately. I have something to pick up. So thank you everybody for watching. It's been super fun. And I'll be seeing you until the end of time. Bye!